All right.
We're live, and we are live. Hey, y'all.
Yes.
I am Nathan Diambra. I'm a graduate admissions counselor here and assistant men's basketball coach.
I am Christy Gilmore. I'm an undergraduate admissions counselor here at Johnson University, and we have another person with us today. This is Lauren Shears. She's our director of undergraduate admissions, and she's also our camerawoman today. So we're so glad you're here! Yay!
Yeah, so we know some of you all couldn't come to campus for tours, and so we're trying to do this to give you all a chance to see our wonderful campus. Today we're going to hit some main highlights of campus. We're going to see our athletic and recreation facility, which we're in now. We're going to see the dorms, our chapel. We're going to see the cafeteria. We're going to see our Eubanks Activity Center, and then the Richardson Hall and the Phillips Welshmer building, which are two of our academic buildings on campus. So we're excited that you're along for the trip.
Yeah, we're going to take a couple minutes right here and just let people log on and people get settled. But if you are logging on right now, why don't you let us know where you're watching from so that we know who you are?
Yeah, that sounds great. We will give you a shout out if you see your comment come up. Hello to Lisa Tarwater, who is watching this so far. We are standing right now in the athletic and recreation complex. This is the entrance to the building, so you can see where we are. Say hi to Ryan. I'll just pan around a little bit. Do you guys want to talk about? We're going to have a hand sanitizer giveaway as well. Yes.
In the spirit of the times, we want you to comment and ask us questions along the way. We want this to be as interactive as it can be. So if you comment and ask us some questions, we will pick a good handful of people to send some Johnson University state-of-the-art hand sanitizer. So
there it is.
Send that to you. Yeah.
Yes.
Zoom into that.
Yes. Say hello to Felicity Vargo from Knoxville, Tennessee. Yes.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
We're glad that you're here.
Yes. Very good. Very good. We're
All
going to
right.
take a couple more minutes. Tell us what you're doing while you are self-isolating.
Yes.
Tell us what Netflix show you're watching and how many kids you're homeschooling.
Yes. Hi, Heather. I see that you're watching.
Yay!
I know.
Hi.
Good
So
to see
we're
you.
gonna have-
Hi, Joel. I see that you're watching. Maddie. All of you all.
Good.
Yes. All right. We have Emma Hannaford watching from Jackson, Tennessee. We're glad you're here. Hannah, tell us where Jackson is. I'm not sure where Jackson is.
Jackson, Tennessee.
Yeah, where's that?
It's in a lot of songs.
Yeah, you're true. That's not wrong. All right, let's get started on our tour. Eric Obermeyer says hi. Hello to you. Oh, yeah, that's great. Hi, Grady. We see that you're watching.
Well, once again, I'm
Brooke.
Christy, and this is Nathan, and we are the voices, and Lauren Shears. We are the voices that you'll hear today, and we are going to start our tour.
Yes.
So, Nathan?
Yes.
Yeah, so we are in the athletic and recreation complex, which was opened summer of 2019. So it has been open just a few months now for this school year, and we're going to show you around here first. We'll head over to our student center first. Our student center is a great spot to hang out. Our students will come and do homework here, hang out in between classes, grab a bite to eat. It's a great spot to hang out during the day, to hang out in the evening once your classes are done. It's a really cool spot. We also host coffee shops here. Coffee shops are really cool events that we do on campus where students get the opportunity to show off talents that they have and work that they've been doing, and just a great spot for them to hang out with each other.
I want to give a shout out to Kylie Feld from Greenville, North Carolina. I am from Greenville myself, so I'm glad you gave a shout out to that. And I also want to give a shout out to Kathy, the class of 1976 at Johnson. Thanks for joining us.
That's amazing.
I know. All right. So this is the coffee shop portion of the athletic and recreation complex. You can see here that this is a fully functioning Starbucks, of course, when it's open, when students are here. And we also have a smoothie shop that students can get smoothies as well. And then further on, if you walk further back, this is Habaneros. It is the food option that students have that serves tacos and burritos and that kind of thing. So it is really tasty. A lot of students like that.
Nate, tell us your favorite thing from Habaneros.
Oh man, my favorite thing at Habaneros is, my favorite is the burrito. Chicken burrito is my favorite. The nachos are also delicious.
The
The nachos are my favorite.
The nachos are delicious as well. Kylie Feld asks, are the smoothies included in your meal plan? They are exchange meals. So how it works is that you have a number of meals that you can use in the galley all the time at our main dining hall. And then you also have flex meals, or where you can use at other places. So you could either use those to go to the River Grill, which we'll show you later on, which has burgers and fries and that kind of thing. Or you can choose to go to habaneros, or you can get smoothies. So yes, you can get those on your meal plan. Hi to Rebecca from Tallahassee, class of 15. So good to see you again.
Yes.
Hello, Rebecca.
So Nathan's going to tell us about our Weight and Wellness Center.
Yeah, so this is our Weight and Wellness Center. One of the main things we wanted to grow with the Athletic and Recreation Complex is our ability to care for students holistically from a physical aspect, and this Weight and Wellness Center does that. So we have everything you need, from cardio equipment to free weights and anything else. So you're seeing that now. We're going to show you two specific rooms that we have off of this that are part of our Weight and Wellness Center. The first one we'll see is in this far corner of the building, and it's our CrossFit room. So if you do CrossFit or know someone that does, that's interested in coming to Johnson, this room is a wonderful place to do all of your CrossFit work.
Yes. One thing that's cool about this room, while Nathan opens up that, there are 80,000 pounds of weight here in this wellness center. And you'll see that all of the fitness equipment is navy and orange, the colors of Johnson. That was hand painted just for us.
Welcome to the CrossFit room. Nathan's going to show you a couple of tricks that he's learned.
That's the only workout I'll do today.
Yes.
Great, yeah.
Yes. Are there classes? We're getting asked if there are classes.
Yes, let's take you to the next room. That's the next thing that we're going to talk about. We do have a Royal Wellness program at Johnson, so again, trying to take care of your physical needs as well. We do offer classes at certain times throughout the semester. So if you come into this room, this is one of our fitness studios. We offer classes like Zumba, Pound, Spin, and we do yoga and bar. So if you're interested in any of these, we have 2 fitness studios, and you can sign up for Royal Wellness when you get here. And then the schedule goes out, and you are welcome to take any of the classes that are provided. So,
yes.
bye.
Hello to Joanne from Stoneville, class of 69. We're glad you're joining us. Hello to Lori from Northeast Indiana, Hannah Ryder's mother. We're glad that you are joining us. Are there any martial arts or self-defense classes? Question from Kirsten.
Yes, we do have a self-defense class right now. We have fencing. We have a fencing class that's not necessarily martial arts, but it's one of our more unique classes. Also, if you are a certified instructor in martial arts and wanted to teach a class, we would love to have you do that. So if there's something you're interested in, you can be a leader and make a class for it yourself, which would be amazing.
All right, so here we are in the main gym of the Athletic and Recreation Center complex.
This is where I do all of my slam dunks. So.
Yes.
Welcome.
Wow. Yeah. We're so excited. All right, so you can see here that we have bleachers that pull out for our home games. This room can be divided into 3 different courts. So this is our main court, our competition court. But then over here, you'll see we have practice courts. So this is a practice court. And then further back, we have another practice court. So different teams can practice at the same time. Or we have intramural sports that students can participate in. So floor hockey, they have games every Thursday night in the far practice room back there.
Yeah, and if you look up past the gym to the 2nd floor of our Athletic and Recreation Complex, you'll see a few different rooms. On the far right is our media services room. They do a lot of phenomenal work for our students here and for our athletic teams. The middle room, where the lights are currently a little dim, is our hospitality room. It's a really cool spot to hang out in your free time during athletic events. Dr. Smith, who's our current president, will host some events there, and it's a great spot to hang out. And also, there are classrooms at the 2nd level. So our Sport and Fitness Leadership program has most of their classes in this building, and we would like to bring more classes to the ARC. So there's a decent chance that you'll take a class here in this building when you're a student.
Nicole Reed says, do we live stream our games?
We do. We have a wonderful live stream for our athletic events, specifically indoor right now, and we're hoping to spread to our outdoor sports as well. But if you come here and are a student athlete and your parents aren't able to make a game, we do our best to make sure that they can watch that live and still support you from wherever they are.
Yes. Hello to David from Abingdon, Virginia.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
All right, so this is our pool. It is a 10-lane competition swimming pool. It is open for students to use throughout the year. Yeah, we're really glad to have this facility. It's something new and exciting for our students. It also has locker rooms that connect to this building. A fun fact about this room is the same temperature as the water, which is why these windows aren't foggy. If you're wondering how they keep the glass here, with some very fancy air conditioning. Yes.
So now we have a little bit of a walk, so if you have questions, we would love to answer.
Yes, we will answer your questions, give you a shout out. Nathan, tell us about the locker rooms for our athletic teams that we are walking by. What is over here for our athletes?
So we have our locker rooms for both indoor and outdoor sports coming up on our right. So our sports indoor.
Women's home.
Yep, women's home locker room. We have men's and women's basketball. Volleyball is our indoor sports. We have men's and women's soccer, baseball, softball, men's and women's tennis, and cross country for outdoor sports. We just passed our training room. We have a full-time trainer on staff for our student athletes. So again, if you come in our student athlete here, you will be fully taken care of by our full-time trainer. She is wonderful, and our student athletes love working with her, so
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Nathan, Beth Edwards gave you a shout out, said you're doing a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, where are we going now?
We are going to check into the Canfield Recreation Room. So this room is mostly used by our outdoor athletic teams. So baseball, softball use this. You can see kind of the batting cages are pulled back now, but they'll use this to hit and do practice when the weather's bad. Tennis and soccer will use this when the weather's not great for them as well. It's also a facility that can be used by students when it's not reserved by athletics. So it's just a really big space. During the summer, we had some camps that were here and led worship nights in this room. So when it's not reserved, you can turn it into whatever you would like it to be.
Yes, our Ultimate Frisbee team uses this room often. We have a great Ultimate Frisbee team, men and women, if you want to participate in that. Nathan, question for you. Felicity asked, do you have to be recruited to play on a sports team?
In a sense, yes. In a sense, also no. If you're interested in playing a sport, we would love for you to recruit us. So if there's a sport that you want to play, reach out to the admissions office and express your interest in playing that sport. They'll help put you in touch with the head coach for that sport, and you can start interacting with them and see that this is a good fit for the team and yourself. So our coaches are actively recruiting student athletes, but we can't find everyone. So if Johnston's a place you want to be and you're interested in playing a sport, please let us know. And then finally, we're headed into the game room, which is our last room indoors for the athletic and recreation complex. You can play pool, foosball, table tennis. It's a great spot to hang out in between classes at night. People will sit at the high tops and eat. It's a really cool spot just to kind of chill.
Yeah, one cool thing about these rooms as we walk out of the athletic and recreation complex is that a lot of the rooms have built-in sound systems and Bluetooth. So if you're a student hanging out in the game room, you can connect your phone and play your music in the room, which is really, really neat. It's a cool thing that we have. All of these TVs that we've walked by, they are on a TV channel for Johnson. So if we have athletics happening, if our teams are playing an away game, you can watch their game on any of these TVs while you are doing your homework or hanging out, getting a smoothie, that kind of thing.
Welcome to sunny Knoxville, sunny and warm today.
Yes, it is. It's 80 degrees. We are so excited that it is spring. We are now outside the athletic and recreation complex. We're going to show you some of the facilities that we have outside. The athletic and recreation complex is much more than just the actual building. It is lots of acres of trails, of fields, and other things. So we're going to show that to you. Right now we are headed over to the tennis courts so you can see those. We do have men's and women's tennis teams. All right. We are also located, if you have not ever been to campus in person, you might not know that we are located really close to the Smoky Mountains. And as we walk around, you can see the mountains that are beginning to rise out in the distance. You can see those around. So we have cross-country trails that go into those so that you can enjoy.
So this is our tennis facility. We have 6 courts that you can see that our tennis team uses to practice and host events on. It's a really phenomenal facility. It's definitely one of the most underrated parts of our athletic and recreation complex. It's really been great to our tennis team. You can see the woods that Lauren was talking about with hiking trails back into them.
Yes, there are also bathrooms and locker rooms right here that go outside. So if you are on the tennis team, you have access to that.
And then we'll walk over to the baseball field next. So this is a brand new part of the ARC, just like everything else. Like most other schools for this spring, for the time being, our spring sports are postponed, but our baseball team and softball team were doing a phenomenal job, as well as our tennis team with their seasons up until that point. So really excited about the future for those programs. And this facility is a great place to just come hang out when it's a wonderful sunny day like this and enjoy being outdoors and watching some of your fellow classmates play some baseball.
Yes. Shout out to Caitlin Lee, who says that she is joining the tennis team next year. She will be an incoming student with the class of 2020. We can't wait to see you play on these courts. You can see the courts really well from this view. So this is our baseball field here. It is very pretty. And you can see that from up here, this overlooks the entrance to the athletic and recreation complex, as well as the dorms. Yes, we also have softball. So this is the softball field that you can see over here. And then we have soccer back there. All of these things are lighted at night, so you can see at all hours of the day, which is a lot of fun. All right, we are gonna begin our walk over to the dorm. Remember to comment, tell us where you're from. If you graduated from Johnson, what class you are in, we will give you a shout out. We have extra time for questions as we walk over to the dorm, so feel free to participate. Christy, when you were a student at Johnson, what was your favorite part of being a student?
Oh gosh, honestly, the dorms, I think, was really my favorite part.
Was it?
We have a great community here, and you can find really great community in the dorm, from your roommate, from your dorm mates, and from your RAs. So I really loved the community that you find right away. So there's never a moment where you feel alone or like you don't have community. So I'm excited to show you guys the dorms next.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Also, shout out to Lauren Murray. She is also joining the tennis team. She will be a new student in the class of 2020. Shout out to you too. We have a good representation from our tennis team. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Pamela Miller Young asks, how is the lighting between the athletic complex and the dorms? So the lighting is really good in between them. We have all of this is lit really well, you can see, but there continue to be street lights that go all the way out through the road, through the parking lots to the dorm, so it's never dark at night. So it is safe when students walk between buildings. So we have some students that might not be able to make the long walk because they just can't do that. So we do have a golf cart service too that will take students who can't walk between the dorms and the ARC over here, which is a neat service that we offer as well. Shout out to Kevin, the class of 2006. Felicity Vargo asked, do we have a track and field team? We do not at this time, but we do have cross country. So we would love for you to join that. Jade Mullins asked, are student athletes required to stay in the dorm or can they commute?
Student athletes, just like every other student on campus, are required to stay in the dorms. You're about to see our dorms. The guys that I coach on the men's basketball team really enjoy staying in the dorms. It helps them be a part of the community of the basketball team and then the community beyond that. And it's a really comfortable space to live. So most of our guys stay in the dorms all 4 years. Some of them who are local decide to live off campus later in their college careers. But for the most part, everyone stays in the dorms and really enjoys it.
That's awesome.
So while we are walking to the dorms, we have a 400-acre campus that is so beautiful. If you can see, I'll let Lauren pan around a little bit, as we said before. But this is 400 acres of beauty in the mountains. So like Nate said, we are really close to Sevierville and Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. So for you parents that want to have a place that you can come visit, you can stay in the dorm with your child, or you can go stay in a cabin for the weekend, which we really love to do. So we're also 20 minutes from downtown Knoxville. So you have the nice luxury of mountains or downtown area. So
That's great. Shout out to Dawn, who was a student at Johnson University, whose 2 children were born there. That is so awesome. There are still a lot of children who live on campus with their parents who are faculty or staff. It's cool that your children have that experience. Dawn says her daughter is thinking of coming to Johnson University for teacher education and is also a cross-country runner. So that is great.
That would be wonderful.
Yes. We will show the Templar School of Education later on in our tour, so stick around or join us later for that. All right, so you can see now we are looking at Johnson Hall, which is our women's dorm. That is where we are headed. We will take you inside a dorm room so that you can see that. You can also see as I walk that we have plenty of parking for students. So students do not have to pay additional money for parking, and all students are allowed to bring a car. We get that question a lot from parents. So you can see that there. Our parking lots are a little empty now as our students head home from the coronavirus, so we were sad to see them go. All right, Jillian Algate asked if we have any cool traditions on campus. What do you think, Christy?
cool traditions. Well, we have a lot of things that we do every year. We have a Founders Day that's really exciting. It's kind of our school homecoming of sorts. What other traditions do we have? Let me think.
Yeah, so
well, we do not have classes on Mondays. That's a great.
Yeah,
I don't know if you call it tradition. But.
Yeah. So Johnson University was founded to educate ministers. Many of you are aware of that. And so we didn't have class on Monday because many of our students were traveling home from preaching at their local congregations. And so to this day, most students still don't have classes on Mondays, although as we offer more programs, we have to offer some Monday classes, so that might happen to you. Kirsten Dixon said, so could my mom stay in my dorm with me if she comes to visit?
Absolutely. We encourage that, and we, as you will see in just a second, our dorm rooms are very spacious, and we can accommodate for your family staying with you as well.
Yeah. We also offer guest housing in our dorm room, so many parents who come to visit their children will get a guest housing room, which is essentially their own dorm room in a private wing of the dorm, so we have that as well.
So if you're just hopping on,
I almost just fell off the sidewalk.
if you're just hopping on, we're coming from the athletic and recreation building to our dorm rooms.
Yeah.
So you haven't missed too much yet. But again, we will save this video so you can watch at your own time.
All right. McKenna says Miller Scott is another great tradition that Johnson have. It is. So at Christmas time, we have a Miller Scott Christmas dinner. It is a time for students to dress up and have a really nice dinner, and faculty and staff serve them their food. And then afterwards, the faculty and staff put on a play, an original production just for the students. It's always a really fun time. Thanks for pointing out that tradition, McKenna. Bree says that K-Day is a great tradition too. That is a day of service where we serve the city of Knoxville and the city of Sevierville, the people around us in our community. Classes are canceled one day, usually in the month of September, and students will go serve the local nonprofits in our area.
This has also helped, K-Day has also helped our students network in the city of Knoxville. So for internships and residencies later on, you can choose to serve an area that you're interested in Knoxville for networking purposes so that you have some people to touch base with as you graduate.
Yes. All right, so we are about to enter Johnson Hall, which are women's dorm.
So when you get here as a student, you will get a scan card. And you want to show how we get into the dorms?
Yeah, so if you are a student, this is a fob. So you will have a card that will allow you access to the dorm room, to the dorm wing.
And when you walk into each dorm building, you will have a lobby. The lobby is welcome for everyone to come in, and you can hang out here as you like. On every floor of the dorm, you do have a kitchenette. The kitchenette has a microwave, a stove, a refrigerator, a freezer, and counter space if you'd like to cook an original meal.
Yes, absolutely. We will proceed into one of the halls where we will show you a room. Kylie Feld says that Fiesta Friday is one of her favorite traditions too.
That is one of my favorites as well.
Excellent
Get the crunch
tradition.
wrap. Get the crunch
Yes.
wrap.
So every Friday our dining hall serves nachos and tacos and Crunch Wrap Supreme. So
As we walk in, I want to show you our dorm. I will let Lauren pan around a little bit. Our dorms were just rated top 5 in the nation because of the space and the comfort. You get your own bathroom. your own closet space, and your own thermostat, so you can actually make it your own.
Yes, so you can see here, this is the vanity area with the sink, and then this is the closet that students have for their stuff. And the vanity area is separate from the actual bathroom, which is really useful for students. And you'll see that every room has a private bathroom. Ooh, the camera went a little crazy there, but it has a shower and that kind of thing. Are microwaves and fridges allowed in the dorms?
Yes.
Yes.
Those are highly encouraged. So things that you should bring to dorms, fridge is definitely a good thing to bring. A microwave is a good thing to bring. Some type of seating, so a couch, bean bag, something like that would be wonderful as well. What you get when you come into your dorm room is each student will have a desk, and each student will have a bed, and you can set your room up however you like. You'll each get a dresser as well. So
this is 2 dressers here.
Side by side. We call it kind of adult Legos. So you can bunk your beds like this. Some people bunk their bed high and put their desk underneath where they can do work. Some people put their beds both on the floor and put their desks right next to each other. We have seen some pretty creative ways that students put their room together. And so it's pretty cool. You get to make it your own little home away from home, and it is super big for 2 people.
Very spacious and very
Yes,
nice.
it is.
Each hall has 2 resident assistants, and those people are waiting for you when you move into campus. They are in charge of kind of making sure everybody is comfortable and has what they need in every aspect of your time here at Johnson. And we have a resident director and their families in each dorm building. We have a resident director who lives in the dorm with their family for RAs to report to and to make sure there are not any big emergencies. So if there was one, you know that you have someone to go to.
Yes, so there's always a responsible adult that your students can call if they are in need of one. Look, we have students actually cooking. Hello. Hi, wave to the camera. In our kitchenette, so you can see the kitchenette right there.
We also have laundry on the top 2 floors, and laundry is included in your tuition. So you can do as much or as little as you would like.
Yes. Danielle asked, how many students live on campus?
I don't know an exact number. Do you know an exact number?
About 80% of our students live on campus, and we have about 750 residential students. So we are a majority residential, although we will love and support our commuters as well. So we are walking now from Johnson Hall over to the Phillips Welshmore building. You can see spring has sprung here on campus. Our trees are in full bloom. It is very exciting.
If you also look around, as we walk around campus, you will notice that we also have neighborhoods and houses right directly in front of these buildings. The cool thing about Johnson is that we live in an uncommon community, and a lot of our faculty and staff live on campus for the sake of not just knowing you in the classroom, but outside as well. So a lot of our faculty and staff have students over for dinner or for special events, and you will get to know them very well.
Yes. All right, so we are about to enter the Phillips Welshmore Auditorium where our chapel is held. I think they're on. All right, so we are walking inside. If you are a student at Johnson, you will get used to walking on this sidewalk because we have chapel in this building twice a week. We have chapel in general 3 times a week, but twice a week it is here in this room.
Tuesdays and Thursdays are all campus chapel, so you will see faculty and staff as well as your other classmates here. And Wednesdays we have a small group chapel that is based on interests that you might have, and those are staff, faculty, and student led. So you will spend 2 days in here in the week and 1 day wherever your small group chapel meets.
Hello.
Hi.
This is Stuart, who runs our media services department. He is the one and his team make all of these beautiful lights and make sure our chapel services are looking gorgeous. You will also see these cameras. Students run chapel services. So we have students who are operating these cameras and live streaming our services every Tuesday and Thursday. All of our live stream services, chapel services, are online. You can watch them anytime you want if that interests you. Kirsten, no, you do not need coins to operate the washing machines. You will get a card that is pre-loaded to show that. Lindsay asked, what time is chapel? Chapel is at 9 o'clock.
Also, a fun fact to know about chapel is required for a grade. So you have a couple of times when you can skip chapel for the semester, but you do get credit for coming because we think it's really important. So.
Yes, we want you to be here because chapel is one of the main places where we build community. We are happy to have our chapel. All right, so we are going to go out this door here and head towards our Galley Commons dining hall. Many people ask, is it the galley or the golly? Well, it's actually called the galley, although the galley in general is a word that means, you know, like a mess hall or a dining hall. So it is a galley, but it is pronounced the golly after the Golly family, who left their trust to Johnson, and through their support we were able to build this building, so we named it after them. All right, we have this beautiful pond here too that is in the center of our campus. And you can see it has koi in it and it has baby turtles, lots of fun things there. This pond used to actually be a cattle pond. We were a farm when we were founded in 1893, and students would pay for their education by working on the farm, milking the cows and feeding the cows and cleaning up after the cows. So that we don't have the cows anymore, and we've turned our cattle pond into a beautiful landscape feature. But we still have many, many work study students who use on-campus employment as a way to fund their education. We will see some of them soon as we walk through into the Golly Commons.
Before we go into the Golly, Christy, can you tell us the name of that building next to the pond?
That is our Monopteron. That was built, how many years ago was that built?
Pretty recently. It's the official name is the Paul Coleman Pavilion, named after a trustee, Paul Coleman. We are happy to have him. The students will often call it the Monopteron because it is a Monopteron. That's what you call that kind of cupola there. All right. Lindsay Jones asks, what types of chapel groups are there on Wednesdays?
That is a great question. So there are chapel groups in pretty much any and all interests. So our student government meets during that time on Wednesdays.
Students promoting social unity.
There's a big one. There are ones that are less serious. There's an Andy Griffith show chapel group this year. There has been Star Trek and Star Wars chapel groups in the past.
And they change every year based on your interests.
Yes,
so
they
really
do.
Many.
Yes. Yeah. Felicity, I see your question that says, where can I buy JU apparel? You will see our books. Yes, you'll see our campus store next. All right, we're going to head in to the serving line of the Golly Commons. Now, things look a little bit different right now. We have tightened up our sanitation and security for the coronavirus. So you see Nathan is sanitizing his hands before he enters. We highly recommend that practice. And usually students will be able to serve themselves here in the Golly Commons, but today and for now, we are being served to protect our safety. Christy, can you tell us about what the different dining options are?
So every single day you will have an option to get a sub sandwich. Over here we have our Italian bar, so you'll find pasta and different kinds of pizzas. We have two salad bars.
Wave to the camera, everyone.
Hi. We have two salad bars, and this is our bar for where we have our main entree and veggies and sides for the
Hi.
family.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, wave. Jordan is, that you see now, wave again, Jordan. He is the director of our food services. We are so happy to have him. So back here you can see is our second line. Normally this is where we serve lighter and healthier options, and also we have this line that typically serves our gluten-free students. If you have a dietary restriction of any kind or an allergy of any kind, we are happy to accommodate that for you. We will either make sure that you have food you can eat in the Golly, or there will be separate food prepared for you.
We also have a made-to-order line, and this changes every single day. We have different options that you can choose from as far as quesadillas or crunch wraps, wings, veggie stir fry. We have all kinds of things.
Yes.
And every single day we have a bakery filled of baked goods and ice cream. So if you need that, we all do. You can
At
go
least
there.
4 flavors of ice cream every single day.
All delicious. All right, so here are people actually eating, which is exciting. Yes. So this is the dining hall. You can see that out here we have our drink options for students. There is coffee, juices, sodas, tea, waters, all sorts of things. And cereal is usually back there. Right now we are cleaning and making sure things are nice and sanitary.
We also have cereal for your fourth meal, if you like that.
If you see someone you know, give them a shout out. All right, that is awesome. Somebody asked, what are some work-study jobs on campus?
There are so many different work-study jobs on campus, ranging from working in the galley, and for our food services, you can work for guest housing and help with working in our dorms, changing rooms, doing things like that.
Keeping things clean.
Keeping things clean, yes. You can work for pretty much any office on campus is going to have some type of student work role. We hire many student workers in our admissions office.
You can work grounds, you can pull weeds or mow grass, plant flowers, any kind of stuff like that as well.
Yeah, so anything that you're interested in, we'll have a student work fair at the beginning of every year. So come ready in the fall if you're going to be a student here with your resume, so that when that work fair happens, you're ready to meet people and find a job that fits with your schedule and your interests.
Yes.
Well, here we are. This is where you will get your mail. So when you become a student, you'll get on campus, you will get your mail key. You will come to this massive mail room, and this is where you can receive all the letters from your grandmother and from your mom and dad that miss you so dearly. But this is also a place that professors send you back your papers and your essays and your projects as well. So we use campus mail all the time.
Yes. Can you do work study your freshman year? Yes, you can. We always have more jobs than students to fill them. So if you want a job, we will find you one on campus.
Yes.
All right, here is our campus store where you can buy Johnson University apparel.
Yes.
So we love that. This also has a shipping office, so you can receive packages here. You can also ship them out.
When your mother sends
convenient.
you those sweet, sweet cookies,
Yes.
this is where you will get them.
Yes.
And then you can bring them to my office.
Yes. Yes.
Also,
And
this office or this store is a great place to do your purchasing of books for the semester. So you can do that here. You can pick your books up here as well. Parents, grandparents, when you come to campus, make sure you stop by, grab yourself a t-shirt or a sweater so you represent your student's university while they are here.
yes, absolutely. All right, so this was the top of the Gali Commons building. Now we are headed out the back doors. All right.
So the building you are looking at now is Myrtle Hall. Myrtle Hall hosts our School of Social and Behavioral Sciences, which is one of our most popular programs on campus. It also houses our University Counseling Center. So again, talking about holistic care of our students, we want to care for you by providing free counseling to all students on campus. You can come here and meet with anyone at any time during the semester. So we understand that college can be stressful, and the transition can be stressful, and life can be stressful just in general. So we want to provide that service to you. And next to Myrtle Hall, you see our Alumni Memorial Chapel. The steeple on top of the chapel is the highest point on campus, and this was where we did chapel back in the day. Unfortunately, we can't use it right now because of health code concerns, but it is one of the most beautiful parts of campus, and we really love it.
Next over here we have our library. Our library is obviously where you can go to find the resources that you need to do your projects, to do your papers. There are multiple floors with multiple computer labs as well. There are rooms where big groups of people can gather, and then there are rooms for quiet study as well. And in the slim case, the very, very slim case that you have procrastinated on a project and the library is closed, we also have resources where you can find the library online as well.
Yes, our students are utilizing that now as they continue their classes online. Yes. All right, so we are headed down the hill. You can see it's a really pretty spring day on campus. The next building we will go to is the Eubanks Activity Center. While we are walking, remember to give us a shout out, tell us where you're from, tell us what class you were in if you're an alumni, and we will say hello to you. We are also always happy to answer questions. If you have just recently joined us, we are live touring Johnson University, so we hope that you will participate with us. I'll show you some of the beautiful scenery while we walk. The tulips are sprouting on campus. You can see the pond and the weeping willows.
Campus truly is beautiful all 4 seasons. In the next couple of weeks, campus will get really yellow and pink. And Tennessee summers can be a little warm and humid, but the campus is still wonderful to be at. We are right on the French Broad River, and we'll get to see a peak of that probably here in just a second. And then in the fall, everything turns red, orange, and yellow. And the winters here in Knoxville are pretty mild, so it rarely gets incredibly cold. It snows maybe once or twice a year, but other than that, it's comfortable to be out and about, walking to classes, and being a student here at Johnson.
Shout out to Janice Crowder Ramos, class of 1978. Thanks for joining us today.
I'm sure campus looks a little different from
I know.
We're gonna walk into our Eubanks Activity Center. This holds our admissions office, our financial aid office, our student life office, as well as many classrooms, and one of our other Starbucks on campus and our other food option. But we'll get to that as we walk.
Yes, so this is the admissions office. If you can't make it to campus because of the current situation with COVID-19, we are doing admissions visits virtually, so feel free to reach out to us and we will get that scheduled for you. We also have the financial aid office across the way, so they are always happy to help, and they're also taking virtual visits too. We have some work-study students here who work for the admissions office. Hello to Thomas and Danielle. What are your favorite things about Johnson University? Yes.
There's so many things I love. I love the mountains.
Yes.
All year round.
Thomas is from the beach area, so
Yes.
the mountains are a nice break.
Yes, for him. All right, David said, how do I know if my classes will transfer from community college? If you reach out to us at admissions, you can call us at 865-251-2309 or email us at admissions@johnsonu.edu. We will help get you a transfer evaluation that will know how your classes will transfer into our program here.
If you tell us what you're interested in your degree program, we can also tell you if you're still in high school, here's what dual enrollment classes you should take so that they do transfer over when you apply.
Yes, that is right. Kirsten said, what do I need to bring to the job fair if I participate in that?
Bring your ID and bring a resume of jobs you've had previously, and you can look around at jobs that are available and you will get hired on the spot.
Yes, make sure you bring you may need your birth certificate or your social security card to fill out tax forms. So it's always safe to bring those things as well. All right, we are currently walking around the School of Social and Behavioral Sciences in the Eubanks Activity Center. So we're going to show you some of the cool resources we have for students up here. This is our classroom that is specifically designed for our visual media production and design students who learn graphic design, animation, video editing, that kind of things. So all of these computers are equipped with the full Adobe suite. They have audio and visual programs as well, so you can learn how to do that. And then a student, the way that it works is the professor up here has a large tablet where they learn to do graphic design. It is projected to this TV, and students can check out tablets and learn to do those things on their own computers as well.
Design students, there are many Wacom tablets that you can rent and take with you, so that if you need to draw when you're out of the classroom, you have the opportunity to do that as well. So that's pretty incredible for you all.
The next couple places that we're going to go are a video production studio, and this is the back part where you'll do some of your projects. But that's just a back view of that, but we'll actually go into the studio now.
Here shortly. David says that he is interested in the music education degree program. You will use this space as well because you will learn how to make music and produce music as well as teach students. So you'll be
This is our video production studio, and as you can tell, this red light is blinking. That means do not go into this room because there is recording going on. But we are going to go into the studio because
Yes.
there's no recording going on.
Yes, they have set it up just so that you can see how it looks for us.
So right here is our green screen. So if you would like to be at the beach or in Australia or in Japan, wherever you'd like to go, if you want to surf while you're on campus, this is where learn to do it. A lot of our students use this space for school projects. We also make a lot of videos for campus life, for chapel, for our different social media outlets. You can do the news.
Yes.
How's the weather?
Yes. So if you are interested in a communications major, you will learn how to use all of this different equipment, how to broadcast the news, how to film the news, and all of those things. So we have the equipment for students to learn all of that. If you've never seen the backside of a teleprompter in real life, this is a teleprompter, which I think is pretty cool. So students learn how to use teleprompters as well.
You can also rent out this equipment for your school projects, and you will know exactly how to use it and practice on it so that you are fully equipped.
Yes.
For life.
Yes. And any student can use this equipment. So primarily the students in our communication and creative arts majors will use it, but anyone can check it out no matter your major. So that's pretty cool as well. We are headed now into our recording studio, our audio production control room too.
So in this room, you will find all of the equipment you need for recording your projects or EPs or any kind of thing that you would need. We use the latest version of Pro Tools, so we do have state-of-the-art equipment in this room. So all of your instruction in class will be out here, and your projects can be done out here as well as in this room. So a lot of students find other students on campus to record for projects to help them learn how to mix on the audio side better.
Yeah, we have a music technology major, so you will learn how to produce sound, and you will be using this space a lot. But in addition to just producing sound and mixing sound, you'll also be learning how to make sound and how to use the different tools that are used in sound design and that kind of thing. So this is a very cool space. Again, this is primarily used by our music technology and communication students, but anyone is open to use that. All right, we will continue on in our tour. There's our light that shows us that it was filming us when we were in there. We have offices up here. We just passed the Royal Scribe office. The Royal Scribe is our new online newspaper, our online publication for students. We have a journalism and digital mass media major, and so the Royal Scribe is run by those students. All right. Keep walking through the hallway here.
Do we have any people watching that are interested in creative arts?
Yes,
If so, give us a shout out. We'll send you some hand sanitizer.
This is our media services office. So we saw our media services team in the chapel when we toured there. That is a work study job. So if you are a student who are interested in that kind of thing, you can find a job there. We also have work study students who do graphic design for us, who make posters for campus events and that kind of thing. So that's another cool resource that we have. Dan says he misses Johnson. Johnson misses you too, Dan. Come back and visit.
That you are not, you have not escaped the Johnson community.
Yes,
so
yes.
That's a wonderful thing.
Come back for a visit. All right, we are headed downstairs.
Before we go downstairs, around this hallway, we won't go back there, but our student life office is back around this hallway. So once you are a student here, anything that has to do with your student life, whether it's housing, campus events, things like that will be in that office. Also just around the corner is our campus nurse. So if you're feeling under the weather or just want to get checked on to make sure that you are A-OK, our campus nurse is always here to take care of you, and she is wonderful.
Yes, she is. Lindsay asks, is the Royal Scribe a work study job? I'm not sure, honestly. I can find out the answer for you and let you know later. All right, so the bottom floor of the Eubanks Activity Center where we are walking now is a student center for our students. So we were going to show you some of the cool things that we have down here. Students are welcome to use any of our facilities whenever they want, but students usually use this student center during classes. When they're over on this side of campus going to class, they'll pop down here for lunch or to study in between classes. So that's really neat. Right here we have our Student Government Association office. Christy, what do you want to tell us about our SGA?
No, I was just going to say, if you are a part of SGA, student government in your high school, we would love to talk to you as you get here. Our student government is a huge part of our campus life, and they make sure the students are heard. They can also make changes that are happening on Johnson. So if you have a love for student government, we have a spot for you.
Yes, so when school is open, this is where our underground coffee shop is. So this serves Starbucks drinks that students can get in between classes. As a staff member, I come down here all the time, maybe too much, get coffee. Coffee is not included in the meal plan, but students can put flex dollars on their ID card, and that is what you can use to purchase coffee. We recommend using flex dollars instead of just buying, these kinds of things outright, because you get, but depending on how many you buy, you get between 10 and 20% extra. So if you buy $100 of flex dollars, you get 120, which is $20 of free coffee. What are we looking at now, Nathan?
Yeah, this is the River Grill. So this is our third place where you can eat on campus. The River Grill has hamburgers, chicken sandwiches, quesadillas, fries, things like that. And going off of what Lauren just said, we've seen all three places where we can eat. The Galley is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on weekdays and is open for brunch and dinner on weekends. If for some reason you don't make it during the time slot for a meal at the Galley, you can come to the River Grill or you can go to Habaneros. The River Grill is open for usually from lunch all the way through the evening, and Habaneros is open for dinner through the evening, pretty much 7 days a week. So if you go to the Galley and don't like what they're serving and you want something else, you can come down here and order food or go to Habaneros. And you have a certain amount of meal replacements on your meal plan depending on what meal plan you get. So check into that, and you can there's always something good to eat on campus that you can find.
Yes, absolutely. So we are going out the door at the bottom of the Eubanks Activity Center. Nathan mentioned that you would get a glimpse of the French Broad River, which runs behind campus, and you can see it there. It is really beautiful. And we are so glad that we have that on our campus. You can see up here through the woods, you see a white building kind of vaguely through the trees up there. That is our very own White House. It is where our president and First Lady live full time, which is really neat. So it's actually two houses connected by a giant dining room. On the one side is where President and Mrs. Smith live, and on the other side is the guest house, which is the historical White House too. So they host students over for dinner often. Most students end up going over to their house. You can see it again over here at least once while they're on campus. All right, let's walk through the parking lot. A little bit of a shortcut. We are headed now into Richardson Hall. This is where the Templar School of Education is located. It's where a lot of our classrooms are located, so no matter what your major is, students will take classes in this building. And it has some other resources that you will get to see too. Remember, if you're watching and you haven't already, give us a shout out. Tell us where you are from. We would like to say hello. And again, you can see the beautiful sights here at Johnson. Trees are starting to bloom. Right in front of us is Johnson Hall, where we went to look at the dorm room. You can see behind us here, up where the Alumni Memorial Chapel is, that we saw earlier, in the Golly Commons.
And Richardson Hall, along with the Phillips Welshmer building that we'll go into next, the final two buildings on this tour, are the two main academic buildings on campus. So most of your time in class will be spent in these two buildings. So when you get on campus, get familiar with them. Richardson Hall is called the RH for short on campus, and the Phillips Welshmer building is called the PW. So when you get on campus and people are saying those letters, don't be confused, and remember that those are your two main academic buildings.
All right, so we're going inside here. We will go upstairs first. In addition to the Templar School of Education, Richardson Hall houses our School of Intercultural Studies too. As we walk up the stairs, you can see all these flags.
So the flags that you see above the stairwell are flags representing where Johnson alumni are currently serving and working around the world. So you can see that there are a lot of places where our alumni go and work and live and serve and join different communities around the world. And then there are flags here in front of us, and these flags represent all of the countries where students that are current students that are on campus are from. So we have students from all over the world that are here, students at Johnson.
Yeah, so
missionary kids.
Yes. So we have students whose parents are serving as missionaries in other countries. You heard the voice of Brent Brewer, professor of missions. You can see there that is the School of Intercultural Studies office. It's a great place for students to hang out.
We're gonna walk down this hallway, and this houses our academic support center. We know that not everybody learns the same way and at the same speed. So if there's ever a time when you need more time for a test, or you need help on a homework or a project or an essay, we have people staffed here all the time that can help you.
Say hello.
Hello.
Yes. So we have the Academic Support Center is made up of 2 different spaces. The space behind us is where tutors are ready to teach you, and then this space is where students can study and focus on their education. You know, that isn't their dorm, because sometimes your dorm room can be a little distracting. So this is a cool space as well.
Our Academic Support Center has some incredible full-time staff, but one of the most unique things about it is that if you come in and need assistance on an assignment, you'll probably get paired with a student. You're looking at pictures of student workers that work in the Academic Support Center now. Those students are upperclassmen who are doing incredibly well in their classes, and it's really helpful because, one, they have probably been in the exact class that you are in currently. So they can give you advice on not only how to maybe write the paper that you're working on, but also how do I best take notes for this specific professor, and what are things that you remember from that class that were important that I should really study. And that helps you a lot because they've lived through the class that you're currently going through, and I think it helps a lot of our new students when they come to campus.
Alrighty, so we're going to continue back downstairs. Again, we have lots of classes up here for our students. We also have a prayer room that I will point out as we walk by. So this space over here, these doors are a prayer room that students can use whenever they want. So there's always space for students to pray if they need it. Our School of Business Administration, our School of Business and Public Leadership offices are up here as well. All right, so we'll continue back down the stairs. When we are down here, we will show you some of the resources for our Templar School of Education and one of our classrooms as well. Okay, we're going around. I've received some comments that I'm turning too fast, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to slow down for you all. Thanks, Pat and Julie Shepard from Thornton, Indiana, for giving us a shout out. Thanks for watching.
Hi.
Hello. All right, so these are our Templar School of Education offices here. Then we're going to walk through to our teacher education resource room. All right.
Our teacher education resource room, as you can see, if you are interested in going into teacher education, you have everything and more that you could ever need from a resource standpoint here. This is also available to all other students as well. So if you need something to rent from this room for a project that you're working on or an assignment that you're doing, this is all available to you. And we are going into one of our many computer labs on campus. This lab has both Mac and PC computers. So students ask a lot, do I need a laptop? What kind of laptop should I get? If you have a laptop, that is wonderful, bring it. If not, there are students that survive and thrive academically here by spending a lot of time in our computer labs. And what you are now looking at are 2 of our 3D printers on campus. So this is another wonderful resource. We have a lot of technological resources in this computer lab that you are welcome to rent, use, get instruction on how to use. There's a lot of cool, exciting stuff. So you can definitely make a mark in your presentation. And one of the robots just talked behind the screen.
Yes, it did. We see lots of different robots. Our teacher education, the Templar School of Education has a Master of Arts in technology where students learn how to use technology to teach students. And so we can see now a student who is working on programming some robots for their students. Any student, whether you are in the Templar School of Education or not, can use the resources in this room, including the 3D printers. So that is a really neat opportunity that we have for you.
Lauren, how many computer labs do we have on campus in total?
We have 3 computer labs plus the Academic Support Center study room, which has some computers in it that students can use.
And now Nathan will be giving us a puppet show.
Yes.
So
Give us a like if you want to see Nathan give us a puppet show. We might be able to convince him to do that.
Confidently tell you you do not want that.
Yes, so there are some of our
we have
puppets.
all the resources you could ever dream
Yes,
of,
if
so.
you want one, you can give a puppet show. Oh, look, he's going to give us a puppet show.
I don't even know if this controls this now. But hey, I'm Bob the Tomato.
Hi, Bob the Tomato. All right, so we're going to continue down this hallway and show you one of our classrooms. So our faculty to student ratio is 10 to 1, meaning that for every 10 students, there is 1 faculty member on campus for them. This is one of our larger classrooms. In general, we got a lot of likes, Nathan. Asking you for your puppet show.
We'll make a second video. That's
Yes,
just the puppet.
yes, all right. All right, so this is one of our bigger classes. A lot of students will have their general arts and sciences classes in here, or Bible and theology classes. So you can see that now. Many of the larger, of the general arts and sciences classes are bigger, and then as you get into your major, your class sizes get smaller. But in general, because our student to faculty ratio is 10 to 1, faculty members will know your name, and they will care about you individually as a student. And alumni who are watching this video, you can testify to how our faculty members are outstanding and care about you.
When you walk into a lot of our classrooms, you'll see these bulletin boards on the wall. These are not things that we are being taught, but this is for our teacher education program. They can practice bulletin boards for different subjects, for projects. So it's really cool to see around campus bulletin boards that are used for projects.
From our teacher education students. That is awesome. Another thing that we have is say hi to Dr. Miller. He is the Dean of the Templar School of Education.
Welcome to Johnson University.
Welcome to Facebook Live.
Dr. Miller is the best. I'm glad we got to make an appearance of him. We also have an honors program at Johnson University. Dr. Mattingly, whose office we are passing now, is the director of our honors program. I highly recommend doing that. Let's see. Jean says, are Bible and theology classes required? Yes. Every major on campus has 3 components. Every student takes arts and sciences classes. And at the heart of every single major, whether it's business or teacher education, church, congregational ministry, or anything like that, is the Bible and theology core, where students take over 30 credit hours of Bible and theology coursework. So that is required. Kirsten asked, are there summer classes? We do not have on-campus undergraduate summer classes, but we do have online summer classes. So when I was a student, I took 1 or 2 summer classes every year just to get ahead and lighten my course load during the semester. Wave hi to our Facebook Live. We're catching people off guard by putting them on the internet. All right, so we're going to walk into the Phillips Welshamer building now. So we are going in a side entrance here. Again, you can see all the buildings on campus as we walk around. We are coming to the end of our tour. Thank you all for joining us and participating and asking questions.
Again, we will save this video, so if you are just now joining us, you can watch from the beginning if you'd like. We're walking into our Russell Preaching Center right now. This is where a lot of our School of Congregational Ministry has classes. This right here is our preaching program and distance learning office, so we have a lot of faculty and staff in that area as well.
The Russell Preaching Center, is named after Bob Russell. He did not attend Johnson University, but he was a generous supporter of our school. He was the minister at Southeast Christian Church and still is very involved there, so we named this after him. All right, we got a question. What are the benefits of doing our honors program? If you're in the honors program, you get to take special classes and participate in special chapel groups that are just for you, and those are a lot of fun. You also get to participate in special events off campus. So when I was in the honors program, I went to see the symphony every semester. I saw plays downtown, and all of those things are free for you. I also went to the United States Naval Academy Leadership Conference while I was a student in the honors program. So you have access to a lot of unique resources that you wouldn't otherwise. I'm just showing you now one of our other computer labs.
One other cool thing that we have in this building, if you are in the School of Congregational Ministry, you will have practice rooms available for you. So if you need to write a sermon or write a teaching and you would like to have somewhere to practice, we do have small practice rooms with microphones and video that you can watch back at yourself and make changes as needed. This is one of our classrooms as well, so it's set up kind of like a traditional church building, but this also is an area that you can give a teaching or give a sermon and watch yourself. So we have playback audio and video.
You can see the camera there.
Yeah.
Very intimidating.
Yes.
But a great learning resource for our students who will be preaching in congregations around the world. Give us a like too if you have a minister in your church who went to Johnson. There are many of those for us. All right, we're going to continue on through the Phillips Welshamer building into what we call the marble hallway, because there's marble everywhere.
Egyptian marble.
Egyptian marble. It is very gorgeous. In the marble hallway is our history center. If you are visiting campus and you want to learn about the history of Johnson, you can visit the history center and it will tell you all that you need to know. I'll do a quick panorama so you can see this. All right.
Also in this building, again, like Nathan said, this is one of your main academic buildings. So upstairs, there are many, many, many classrooms and also faculty and dean offices as well. So you'll be spending a lot of time here. We also have the registrar's office that is upstairs. And this is what we call the bubble. And this is where you can do any type of payment or check that you need to send or receive. You can do that here.
Yes. This is really gorgeous in Christmas time. One of the great traditions at Johnson is that we decorate for Christmas, and it's always gorgeous. All right, we are coming to the end of our tour, so Nathan, tell us what we need to know here.
Yeah, so this is a picture of Ashley Johnson on your left and his wife Emma on your right. Ashley Johnson and his wife Emma were the founders of Johnson University back in 1893. And they started specifically making it as a school to prepare students to go into ministry. Since then, that has changed to expand to more and more degree programs, but we believe at Johnson that everything that we do is about ministry, and we want to prepare you for different fields and ways that you can minister in those fields. So from 1893 to 1925, when Ashley Johnson passed away and his wife Emma took over as president, fun fact, from what we can tell, the first female president of a university or college in the United States. To now, in 2020 and beyond, our hope is to prepare you to impact your community for Christ in whatever field you go into. So with that being said, we're really grateful that you spent your afternoon with us. I hope that this tour was incredibly informative. If you have more questions, please ask them. Contact our admissions office. We can tell you more about programs. We can answer all your questions for you.
And while we're kind of in this uncertain time and you can't really come on campus, please contact us, admissions@johnsonu.edu. We would love to set up a virtual conversation with you over Zoom, and you can...
Oh, we need to walk outside. We are hearing that because of the echo in the marble hallway. We can't be home. So repeat that, Christy. We'll go outside where there is not such an echo. All right. And this is back at the front of our campus. It's really gorgeous. All right, Christy, tell us.
If you have any questions about anything that we've talked about today or walked through, please contact us, admissions@johnsonu.edu. We would love to answer your questions, set up a virtual experience with an admissions counselor or a professor or financial aid. Just because we're kind of closing down campus right now does not mean that we are not working and that we don't want to talk with you. We still want to get to know you and meet you and get you enrolled into Johnson. So we're so happy that you came with us today. Thank you. you.
Yes, we also are going to do more live videos in the future. I'll show you beautiful Johnson as I close out this video. We're going to do more live videos in the future. If there is a program you want to learn more about, faculty you want to speak with, somewhere that you want a more extensive tour of, we will be happy to do that for you. Throw your suggestions in the comments. We will be keeping an eye out for those. Thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great afternoon.
Bye.
Bye. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Go Royals.
Woo!